SUMO for beginners. In today's video, we're going to see how we can utilize the net edit in order to configure a signalized intersection. So first thing, you come to the search bar, then you now search for net edit. So once it appears, then you now double click on it so it will open. So basically we have different types of junctions or the intersections. So we have the priority, we have the roundabout, then under the priority you have different types like the staggered one, maybe, and you can also have the signalized intersection, or you can have a combination of each, or you can even have a kind of an interchange, which are normally called the flyovers. So once these are show, so you go to the file, then you now click on the new network, and this interface will now show. So I think you are familiar with this because we have used the net edit in some of the previous videos. So now I will just go straight to the point. So I will click on this particular grid so that to help me draw a straight edges. So I will also click on the opposing direction. So I want vehicles to move from here to this intersection, and I want vehicles to move from here to this intersection. Then I want vehicles to move from here to this intersection. Then I want vehicles to move from here to this intersection. So you have to be mindful of the direction at which you are drawing the edges. I remember from here to here, I started from here, then I terminated at this. Then from here, I started here and terminated here. From here, this thing. Because if you just draw a straight line, you won't be able to have a kind of an intersection at this particular point. So you have to be mindful of the direction at which the vehicle goes. So you remember in our previous videos, like if you want to use the priority junction, so you just click on this, so it will show you the connection, and from here you can also be able to make some changes. However, in today's video we're going to see how you can use the signalized intersection, whereby you will allocate time to the vehicle for them to have access to the to maneuver the intersection, and you stop some of the vehicles. Before we proceed, you have to understand that we have different types of the signalized intersection. Some are vehicle actuated, while some are fixed timing signals. When we say vehicle actuated, so that means the timing is not fixed. You allow the vehicles to initiate the required time of the green that will be allowed per phase based on the vehicle demand. Like for instance, if a vehicle is approaching this intersection at a very high speed, so you will now allow the traffic light to determine the urgency of allowing this particular vehicle to maneuver this intersection without any problem. But when we say fixed timing, so that means you allocate a time to each of these particular distance. So the initial one we mentioned, which is the vehicle actuated, you can use that through the use of the induction loops and some other means. While the fixed timing, you just have to uh, do the manual classify counting first. So you now subject them into the empirical equation, and it can now give you the effective green for each of the particular phase based on the number of the vehicles you determined. And also, apart from the vehicle volumes, there are some other factors that you may need to consider before you design the intersection. Like for instance, this turning radius. Like if this is a kind of a two lane, so the near side uh, and the upside matters a lot. That is the vehicles that are moving towards this, and the vehicle that are moving on the lane towards the road medium. And at the same time, also the sloping, the gradient, the slope at which the vehicle are approaching this. So you need to have some dummy factors that are normally inserted into the empirical equation before you can be able to determine each of the timing for each of the phase. And you can also design this like in an opposing way or unopposed signalized intersection. Like for instance, you see the vehicles that are coming here, they can either move here, they can go straight, or they can take this particular distance. Similarly, these particular vehicles that are coming here, they can either go here, they can use this particular lane, or they can what? Go straight. So like for instance, if I allocate green time for each stage, like I allow these vehicles to move, then I stop this, I stop this, I stop this. So that means this is unopposed. That means I will have 4-stage signal. That means in the first stage, I will allow this to move. The second stage, this will move. Then the third stage, this will move. Then the fourth, this one will now what? Move. But if I want, I can make this one to be a kind of an opposed signalized intersection, whereby I will allow this and this to go at the same time. Then I will stop this and I will also what? Stop this. Or at the same time, I can allow this and this to go. I will now stop this. I will now stop this. So here it is two stage and definitely there will be a conflict and margin points. So these are opposed. Like for instance, if I allow this and this to move at the same time, so the vehicle that is supposed to take this one has to wait for this one that is supposed to what? To move straight. So all this one you need to make your final decision before you can be able to adopt which of these you will now use. So actually to do that is very simple. So I will just click this one. So you now click on this traffic light mode. So you can now click on this particular junction. So you see here it shows create. So you now click on the create. So if you just leave it like this, it will give you the default that SUMOs come with it, which is the opposing, two-way opposing. So we're going to demonstrate using that. Then we're also going to edit as well. So let me just assign some vehicle demand on this one so as for us to appreciate what we are doing. So let me say here, let me just choose this one. Let's say let me use the flow over h. So let's say the first one, I want the vehicles to move here. So you remember you have to specify the number of the vehicles and the duration of the simulation. So let me just make it 600. So I'll now say enter. So that means here I have created this. So I want another vehicles to move from here then to here. So also let me leave it as 100, then I will now say enter. So I want some of the vehicles to move from here and also to this particular place. So you now say enter. Then regarding this, I want some to go straight. So you say enter. Then some of the vehicles will now use this particular route. So you say enter. Then maybe I want some of this to follow this route. So you now click on enter. So considering this vehicle can either go straight or these vehicles can either move here or these vehicles can either take this particular path. So I think remaining only this. So this one it can either go like this or the vehicle can go straight or the vehicle can take a left turn to join this long length. So you can now say okay. So now I think I am done with this. So let me just run the simulation for you to see the default traffic signal of a SUMO. It will give you the opposed two stage. So that means if you want it to be like 3 stages, 4 stages, so you need to edit. So and I will show you in the next lesson. So now you come to the file, then you now click on the save network, or alternatively you can just press on Control S. So you see it will ask you to save this. So let me just save it in on the desktop. So let me just give it a name, let's say Q3. So I will now say what? Okay. So you now come to the edit and you now open this one. So you also I will save it using the same name, which is Q3 as well. So I will now click on it. Okay. So it will now start the SUMO. So let me just increase the delay for you to see it. So and let me change this let's say the visualization of the vehicles to a raster image. So, it is raining and prayer is being called. So uh, now I will just begin the simulation. So you can now see this is two stage. So you see, let me increase the delay to explain this better. So you see, this is what, this is green, this is green. So this is what I'm saying. This is opposite. You see, these vehicles, they want to join that, but because of these vehicles that are coming, so you see, this is, it wanted to join this, but because of this, so it has to stop. So that is what we call the two-stage opposed signalized intersection. So, but however, we can make it on opposed so as uh, to neutralize all these conflicting and the merging points. So like I can just have four stages, one, two, three, and what, and four stages. So let me just close this. So let me come back here. So let me go back to the network whereby I have this. So now I can now, you can click on it. So you now come to the bottom part of it here. So but let me just expand this first. Let me expand this. So now what I will do is I will click on the group this. So I will delete all of this. I will delete the first one. I will delete this, and I will delete this. So now if you want to edit this, so you just click in it. Just click in it. So now I want to make this one to be the first stage. And then I want to make all of these ones to be red. So here already they are on what? They are on green. But however, you see this green is somehow light. It is because it is showing you the priority. So I will make it to be a kind of major priority. So I will make all other ones to be what? To be on red. Then I will make this one as well to be on what? On red. So that means it is only vehicles that are coming from this particular approach that will have green. Either the vehicle can move here, or they can go straight, or can listen. So I can now uh, create another one. So if you click on the plus sign, you have different options. So the default, if you want it to paste a duplicate of what you have created, or if you want it to be a kind of a red, all of it throughout, or if you want it to be a yellow, all of it throughout, or if you want it to be a kind of a green paste. So let me just choose the red. So you see here, it is all of it, it is a kind of a red. So now I have this thing. I can choose which one to be a kind of a green. So you see now in this stage, I made this one to be the green. That is my stage 2. So I will now uh, create another one. So I will make it to be a kind of a red. So here I will make this one to be uh, green. So I will also make this one to be a kind of a green. So you see here, all of this, they are somehow uh, red. So that means they are on red. So it is only the green that will move. So I will now create another one. So I will make it on red. So here I will make this approach to be a kind of green. So by doing this, I have now eliminated all the conflicting and the margin points. So you remember, after you do this, so you need to save. So you now save it. Then let's go back and run it again. So you see that it will now change to a three stage. So you see here, it is showing you that it is only this one will be on what? On uh, on green. Then all this one will now be on this. So let me just increase the delay. Let me just run the anti-traffic. So you can now see. So these ones, they all stopped until the time you allocated for this exhausted, before it can now open this, because we have made this one to be our second phase. So this is the first stage. So this is the first phase. Yeah, the stage. So this one will now be the second stage. So once this time is exhausted, so it will now make the second stage to be on what? On the green. So maybe we have allocated a kind of the duration is much, so that is why it's, let me just read. Okay, you see it has now moved. Okay, so you see now the time allocated for the other distance are just very distant. So come back here. So you see for the first one we allocated 42 seconds, and all these ones it is 3 seconds. So you can edit it. So just make it all true. Let's say 42. Then for this one also, let's make it 42 as well. Let's make it 42. And then for this one also, let's make it 42. So you can as well save this. So let me just run it again. So you see now it will the duration will now it will now change, unlike the initial distance. So now they will have equal timing. So you see this one will be there for 24 seconds, then it will go red, and this one will be there for what? For another 42 seconds, then it will go red. So this is the on opposed. So you see here the vehicle can move in all direction that they want because all the other vehicles have been stopped. However, you can also introduce the amber. You see there is this amber, that is the yellow light. So you can introduce that. So let me quickly show you this, how to do it. It's very also simple. So here you see this is the first stage. So if I want to create an amber for the first stage, so let me just click here. So let me just duplicate it. So you see it has been duplicated. So let me just make the amber time to be like 5 seconds. Or let me just make it yeah, let me just make it as 6 seconds. So here what I will do, I will make this one to be on yellow. So this one will now be on what? On yellow, to show the vehicles that they can cross the intersection, but they have to be very careful. Then the next space, this is the next space they're supposed to start the distance. So I will make it to be on what? On red yellow. So also this one I will make it to be on what? Red yellow. So also then this is the second, that means this one they will be on green, then this one it will turn yellow with this, and it will be on red yellow with this. So now I have to do the same for this particular stage. So I will now click on this two, then I will now say duplicate. So here also I will make it here, I will make it to be 6 because I want this thing to be 6 seconds. So here I will make this one to be on yellow, then make this one to be on yellow, then I can make the next step to be on red yellow. So likewise here it will be on what? Red yellow. So now I can move to the next stage, which is stage 3. So I can now click on this. So I can now say let me just duplicate it. So here I can make it to be 6 seconds as well because it is the amber time. So I will make it 6 seconds. So that means I will make all the vehicles on this to be on yellow, then this one also to be on what? On yellow. Then these ones they will now be on red yellow. So and this one it will also be on red yellow. So now remaining only one, which is this. So I will do the same thing here. So here I will have let me just duplicate it. So here I will have it to be 6 as the same thing. So here I will just make it yellow. I will also make this one yellow. So all these ones they will be on red yellow. This one will also be on what? Red yellow. So you now remember to save it. So you can now go to the edit. So you can now run it. So let me just increase the delay a little. So you can now just run it. So you see now as this is green, so it will change yellow, and this one you see they have this. Wa alaikum salam. So you see this is